Hello, welcome to our dishwasher analysis.
Welcome to our, not exactly a commentary, it's not a commentary, our thoughts having just watched the Guardians of the Galaxy film.
And when I mean just watched, 20 minutes have gone past.
Yes, pretty much.
If that.
Well, obviously this is going to be spoiler heavy.
Well,
it will be spoiler heavy.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, here's the spoiler-free version. Go and bloody see it.
Okay, spoiler-free version is, yes, it's very good. Is it on par with the Avengers? I would say yes.
Yes.
It's a different feel to it. That's what they wanted.
Yes.
And it is. So
everybody acts in it very, very well. Everybody's very, very good in it. I have no complaints on my view.
It's all very good film, and
it's a very good film. I'd go and see it again after I've just bloody seen it.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a soundtrack, and I mean literally after this is done, I'm going to search the soundtrack on the Google Play Store, which is pretty crap, by the way. I mean, Google Play Store is crap, but we'll talk about that in another podcast or another whatever.
Yeah, so essentially, yes, you probably heard very good reviews of it, and pretty much yes, those are the reviews. It lives up to that.
Now.
Okay, so that's the end of the spoiler-free, I'd say, probably.
Yeah, that is the end of the spoiler-free.
So if you hadn't watched the film and you didn't want a load of spoilers, please stop now.
Yeah.
And
this is your last warning. Stop now. Stop the video. Go and watch it.
Right. Okay. If you're still here, so here's our spoiler version of it. The spoiler version is, yes, it's a very good film. But all the characters are likable.
Yes.
There's no characters who you see as
annoying.
Yeah, annoying.
Well, actually,
not unnecessary or anything like that.
Karen Gillan does very well. She plays the blue chick. I cannot remember her name. One of Thanos' daughters.
Yes. The one who can reassemble herself.
Yeah, that's quite funny.
Yeah, it's like, but
I've got to say the sex with her must be amazing.
I'm not even sure what species that she's supposed to be at that point. I think she's supposed to be Kree. Yeah,
but trust me, if Star-Lord would screw that, I'd screw that.
Yeah, well, Star-Lord had a girl in the spaceship that he forgot about in the first one. So let's just say
the first few minutes.
Yes.
Let's talk about Rocket Raccoon. Oh my God, have they a new mascot?
Well,
he is lovable. On a whole new level.
Well, he's got a lot of attitude, and he is actually like. Apparently, there is one way of doing Rocket Raccoon, which is because I've seen the Marvel comic, Marvel cartoons, and that's how they do Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah, and basically, Bradley Cooper does his voice wonderfully.
Yeah,
he is. I don't know which is which. Bradley Cooper is Rocket Raccoon in a, or Rocket Raccoon is in a human suit.
Yeah.
Oh, and I am Groot.
Yeah.
All we must say about I am Groot is I am Groot. Everything we must say about Groot is those three words.
Yeah, because Groot's a character that well, let's just say, despite the fact that I heard it was voiced by Vin Diesel.
And I think it was voiced by Vin Diesel, and his...
No, he was. It said that he was voiced by Vin Diesel.
And the manner, he was actually CG acted by Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel did all the movements.
Which shows, because it's got a weight to him.
It's got a weight, and it feels... He has got a sense of humour.
Yeah.
Even though the way the character is done is, if you're a fan of the comics, which we're not, I don't see why you'd be disappointed.
Well, if it's something like the cartoon, if the cartoons are based on the comics, and that's how Groot is portrayed.
Yes.
In fact, in one of the cartoons, he is actually at the end of the mission, after spreading out and mostly being destroyed, he is a twig.
Oh, by the way, I'm not going to spoil it, but you are going to cry. You are going to...
Well, no. Well, this is not the spoiler heavy thing.
Oh, yeah, true. But I'm not going to spoil...
Well, no. We're saying... You just said this is for people who've watched the film.
Oh, yeah, true. The ball scene did make me rather... I was almost choked up.
What?
But...
Which thing?
The ball scene. Group turns into a ball.
Yeah, you mean his device?
Yeah.
Oh, the ball scene. Yeah, that was.
That was.
Yeah.
That is. It.
Oh yeah. But there was a thing where
the way he talks to Rocket Raccoon.
Well, it's the Rocket Raccoon is the only one who can really understand what he says.
Yeah, and
everybody else is just his I'm Groot.
Well, there's only one time where he says, "We are Groot."
Yes.
And the whole film is absolutely brilliant.
It's very much... They
have hit every single...
Yeah. Well, what they've hit, really, is the fact that it's more like the old sci-fi films. In the fact that you've got the super space police and the vehicles, and not to mention the pirates, who were the Ravagers, who despite their name, were actually not the worst guys in the world.
Oh, by the way, we didn't see Nathan Fillion either.
No. I just presumed he was there at the end.
I did as well. I have a feeling he might have been the voice of the duck.
Well, it sounded very much, that's what I presumed.
Yeah, could have been.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about what problems we have with the film. I'm trying to think of some.
In terms of problems, I can't think of problems it had.
No.
Because it was a very well-rounded film, and
very well-rounded,
if we're going to talk about the problems that I thought it might have...
Okay, go on.
Then introducing an entire galaxy that we have never seen except for Thanos just being like, aha, yes, I am interested in Earth. And that was the only thing we really knew about the Outer Galaxy.
Yeah.
And Asgard.
Yeah, I really like how they've done that.
Yeah, what they actually did was said, here's a planet, here's a planet, here's a planet, and then throw you in, and then just had occasional things like somebody saying, where are we?
Yeah.
And a bit of explanation, but it wasn't super exposition heavy.
No.
As in, it wasn't, the type of film where they say, this is something. It was built by and you're like, why is this character saying this?
Yeah. There is only a tiny bit of exposition once.
Okay, what exposition is that?
The skull.
Yeah, and that's not really much exposition. That's saying the skull are primordial, and they are mining,
that is not the biggest exposition in the entire thing.
And I do have to say, though, that does leave a question which I'm hoping they will answer at some point.
Well, what was the skull?
No, they said what the skull was.
Yeah, go on, what?
Where's the body? That's a pretty big body, that they're not mine.
Yeah, true.
But no, I like the fact they include various locations, and
we missed out two pretty good characters. Well, three pretty good characters.
Well, we haven't gone through it. We haven't gone through the characters.
The other Thanos daughter was Green. I cannot remember the name of her. She is a good character. I'm sorry that I cannot remember the name of her.
Yeah.
She doesn't get that many comedy bits, but
no, she's the more serious.
She does get a few.
She does,
but it works.
Yeah, it fits with her character.
It fits with her character. The Drax the Destroyer. Yeah. Oh, I love him. Yeah. He is completely... He doesn't steal the show, but he is going to be a loved character in the Marvel film universe.
Exactly. He did a very good Kevin Bacon. That was
That's
true.
a joke. That's a joke from the film. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if you're a kid of the 80s, you're gonna love this film.
I'm not sure it's a kid of the 80s. Lots of the songs weren't for the 80s.
Well, they're not from the 80s, but he had a lot of 80s like mannerisms of.
He did, really? Yeah, so he was more an 80s... Yeah, well,
Yeah.
essentially he was... essentially, given the fact that he was taken from Earth
Yeah.
in the 80s,
Yeah.
he was very much an 80s person who didn't know the 90s had arrived.
No, he didn't know the 90s had arrived, and he's still the 80s, and it still
Yeah.
kicks ass. It really works. The ship was good.
Well, if you're talking the standard, the standard, his ship, that was very good.
That was very good.
It was kind of like a pirate, an armed pirate thing, but
it's not a character like Serenity is.
It's not.
But it is something that if you...
It's very retro rocket, it's very retro sci-fi.
I've got to say, I wish... I don't think they could do it, but you driving this piece of junk sort of thing could have happened, but it wasn't. It looks stylish, and
it's nobody said it wasn't. It's, they are supposed to be a group of I say feared mercenaries, feared people who steal stuff.
Now, for an origin story,
the origin story is interesting because they do manage to cover all of the characters.
They cover all the bases. They don't let any character down on screen time for their origin. They give them enough screen time to go, this is Drax, this is why he's here, this is Rocket Raccoon, this is Groot, this is...
Star-Lord?
Star-Lord, no, I was going to say the green bitch.
Okay.
And also, this is his sexy Karen Gillian bold blue bitch, both daughters of Thanos. I love it. They do say at the end, the Guardians of the Galaxy will return. They bloody better.
Well, yeah, so that's what, again, there were two reasons why they said it that way.
Yes.
One, because it is going to return, and second, because that's what the classic sci-fi things say. They say Flash Gordon will return.
True.
And, to be honest, there was more than little Flash Gordon in that, which was good.
Yes. The humour is good. I've heard a lot of people laughing in the cinema, which is always a sign of a good film.
Yeah, the humour...
Actually, I heard laughing in episode 2, but never mind.
That's for the wrong reason.
That was for the wrong reason, but...
I hate sand. It's rough. But not like you.
Shut up. Shut up.
Hey, that got golden raspberry. That was so bad.
Yeah, this won't get golden raspberries.
I don't know why I said 2 got a golden raspberry, because I saw some of the films that were out at that time.
Yeah.
They had far more ridiculous dialogue.
But I've got to admit, Guardians of the Galaxy, get the soundtrack.
Yes, it's very good.
There better be 2 versions of the soundtrack. One with the incidental music, which is basically music that isn't kind of the stuff that Star-Lord listens to, and there's better be the Star-Lord edition of the soundtrack.
Star-Lord with his mixtapes.
Yeah, Star-Lord mixtapes, sort of thing. And, if you're a Marvel fan of the Guardians of the Galaxy comics, which pretty much nobody in the UK... Well, very few people in the UK would be.
I think in comics, no, but in the cartoons, he has appeared.
Pardon?
Yeah, Rocket Raccoon has appeared in Avengers.
He's appeared in the Avengers cartoon. But if you're a fan of comics, you've got to give me a reason why you're going to hate this film, because
it's not like
there is no way.
As far as I can tell, it's like the cartoons, and if the cartoons were done like the actual Rocket Raccoon of the and all the rest of them, in the recording, in the actual, in the cartoon, like the comic, then in that case, no, you shouldn't have a problem.
No, you shouldn't.
Because it's not like and this is one that I understand what the people are coming from.
What, Tony Stark?
Tony Stark's Iron Man, which I've seen the comic because then Kara reviewed it, and he's completely different.
Yes.
From Iron Man.
Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man, well, Marvel Universe, film universe Iron Man is different from the Marvel Universe Iron Man.
Because the first thing with the other one is he's trapped in his suit in the first one, and he's a really serious guy who's out to solve the wrongs that he has partly caused.
Yeah.
And Tony Stark's Iron Man is also that.
Well, Robert Downey Jr. That's
Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man, but Tony Stark Iron Man is more thing. And Tony Stark a film Iron Man.
Yeah, go film Iron Man. Yeah.
Film Iron Man, yeah. Because film Iron Man is also that. He's also really Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
And it's difficult to compare them.
It is.
Which is why when some people say, okay, that's actually that they don't like that, I'm like, I totally understand where you're coming from.
I do as well, but
it all depends. I think it depends on what you encountered first. Like I find the comic book one too serious.
Yes.
But that's because I saw the Iron Man one first and then discovered afterwards.
Yeah.
And personally, I like the fact that he's less serious. The other guy is just too serious for me.
Yeah.
But then again, it's his origin story and he does some weird things.
I have got to admit, I think Rocket Raccoon is going to become a staple of the franchise.
A lot of people really like Rocket Raccoon anyway.
Yeah.
So it's...
Now, can we sort of go off on a slightly different subject? It's still Marvel.
Okay.
I want them. I will pay them. Personally pay them money to get this character off. We're talking about the X-Men franchise here, okay? Get this character back to Marvel Studios, and I mean back in their hands, because Deadpool needs to be in the hands of Marvel Studios, and they need to do an 18-plus movie of Deadpool. I saw an animatic, sort of a trailer of Chris, the person who did Green Lantern, actually doing his Deadpool with the Deadpool costume.
Yeah.
It was fucking hilarious. Totally hilarious.
That's what Deadpool is supposed to be, yeah.
It's what Deadpool is supposed to be, and they need to do that film, and I mean need to do that film before he gets too old. Well,
it doesn't have to necessarily be him, but
it's true. But
the thing about is Deadpool is something that really should be done.
It should be done,
and leaving it in the hands of Fox means that it probably won't be done.
They don't have the balls. I think Marvel Studios, since they showed us what was at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy, which was basically it was a subtle middle finger to the DC Universe films.
Okay, I'm not really sure how that one is, though.
Well, it is a subtle middle finger because we can put Howard the Duck in our movie and nobody will fucking care. They will still go and see it.
True.
And it will still make money. Okay, it's a cameo, but they can still fucking do it.
Yes, that's true. They can actually just add in minor incidental characters.
Yeah.
Including the things like I love the fact the collector the one of a kind.
Yeah.
Because technically he is.
Yes.
Because he came from the Dark Universe. At least according the Howard the Duck film has him coming from another universe through some device, and so he's the only sentient duck of his kind.
Yes.
Therefore the collector would have collected him.
Yes. And I really think Marvel needs to get Deadpool back in their hands.
Well, I think
I hope that they have the testicular fortitude, which I think they do. Unfortunately, they're owned by Disney,
still, Disney is...
But they need to do it hard 18. They cannot do it any lower. I'm sorry, it wouldn't work.
No, it wouldn't work. And in general, with they do it at the level it should be. Like,
yes.
Like, spoiler for Captain America 2, but really, if you haven't seen it by now, then
what the hell have you been doing?
Is that had a lot of things where it's just like where it was
interesting.
It was interesting, and it had a level of maturity that barely made it. I think it was still a PG.
It was still, it was still PG, but
barely.
Yes, yeah. I really do think they need to get Deadpool back. I really think Guardians of the Galaxy was excellent.
Well, the thing is, Fox may actually want to do that now.
I hope Fox have got the balls to do it.
No. I mean, Fox might actually want to sell it back because, but they'll probably demand quite a high price because if they think that Marvel's going to make a load of money out of it.
Well, they'll probably do it if they think they could make money out of it.
No, if they think they can't do it. But they know that Marvel could do it and make money out of it.
The last X-Men film says that they could do a good Deadpool if they had... if they could get the director who directed Con Air...
Okay, yeah.
...to do Deadpool and have basically transplant Cyrus into the Deadpool sort of...
I think, Director Con Air certainly.
Yeah, Director Con Air. But, you definitely could get a Deadpool movie, and I think you should. I think he's a new character in the universe, relatively. He's
not a new character.
Well, he is.
Oh, really? He's been around for a while.
Well, since the 90s. In comic terms, that is new.
Yes, but
he's been around. He's been around the block.
Well, he's always been popular, so it's very much the case. But yeah, it's pretty much the thing about it is the fact that Marvel sold it off when they weren't planning on making films, as far as I can tell.
Marvel sold it off when they were in trouble,
and then now if they wanted it back, Fox could actually demand quite a large sum of money because they know that they would want to develop it into a film which they could kind of think that would make a lot of money. So it's very much they could say, no, we want this ridiculous sum of money. We'd be like, okay, kind of know what we think we'd make.
Yeah. I really do think that Guardians of the Galaxy it's not the best Marvel film, but...
Well, if you're comparing it to Avengers that everybody knows...
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be that.
No. It is absolutely brilliant. I'm going to get it on DVD.
But it's what it is. It's effectively... It's with things like... it also introduces elements which will show up. Pretty sure of that.
Oh, sorry. What do you mean?
Things like the Nova Corps.
Yes.
Now, Nova Corps, there is a specific character who is the head of the Nova Corps, he is a big character in Marvel. So by introducing Nova Corps, you're effectively saying, okay, well, there's this guy, you're almost looking out for him. Yeah.
What really is going to be interesting is Nova Corps, if you didn't realise this, was the Green Lantern Corps for basically space cops for the DC Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
And I love even though I haven't read a single Guardians of the Galaxy comic, and I knew nothing about them before I came in, I want to know more, and that's what they really want. They want you to know, they want you to be interested in it. It's like, ooh, who is the Guardians of the Galaxy? Where can I find out more information about them? This is the kind of thing you want to know, and I want to see the next film.
Yeah.
Either you sort of want to. I am half tempted to go. Karen going. When are you shooting it? When you're shaving your hair next?
Well, it's true she was not found dead.
Yeah, in that film.
In that film, they deliberately didn't.
They made her. It was quite a funny scene. It was like, get out of
Yeah.
get out of the seat, and it's kind of like what?
Yeah.
But it's a really good character, and I like her character a lot. She's going to be an antagonist that is good, that is enjoyable to watch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She has a sense of humour. Sick and twisted, but she has a sense of humour.
I mean, in the end, yeah, she's at that...
By the way, we saw Thanos.
Well, we saw Thanos again. We saw
Thanos again.
Well, Thanos so far, he's the big bad guy who spends lots of time saying, well, okay.
Yeah, you think he's going to be in Avengers 2, right?
Not unless... potentially not.
No. Apparently he's going to be in the third Avengers film.
But he's going to be in Avengers because he was like, okay, now I'm interested because
or perhaps it was a prelude to Guardians of the Galaxy.
I don't think so.
In the Avengers.
No.
You never know.
No, because he showed specific interest in Earth.
Oh, true. Oh, and also there's the Infinity Stones turn up in the film. We won't tell you too much about them. You've probably already seen them. You probably know what's going on. But if you accidentally kept going, I don't want to.
No, we can't. No.
Well, no, true.
Essentially, the Infinity Stones are I do like them as a source of power, and the fact that pretty much every people say, "Hey, I'm going to use it." Boom.
I love what happens to them in the end.
Yeah.
We are the Guardians.
Yeah.
So here, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you're mortals. How you actually doing this? Yeah.
It's like, and I love the bit where Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah.
And I love Rocket Raccoon. If there's a T-shirt with him on, I'm going to be wearing it by the end of the year. I can pretty much guarantee it.
Yeah.
Just go and see it. You should have already seen it by now, but just go and bloody see it again. Or get it on DVD.
It's very, essentially it's precisely as it is. It's like, it's got a very old school style to it.
Yes. Yeah, it's got an old school style, it's very well directed, visual effects top notch. Soundtrack is actually, I thought I'd get the Iron Man soundtrack before I got the Guardians of the Galaxy. I thought, nah, Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack isn't going to be that good. Oh, I want to get the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack. I think I'm going to actually search on it since when we click the stop button on this.
It's a very nice one. And again, the appearance, there was the cameo appearance, which you missed.
Yeah, I missed it. It's not that I was looking at it, I didn't see it. It was sort of, apparently it's not very difficult to miss, but somehow I did.
It's Stan Lee. It's focusing. Stan Lee is the one. The one flirting with a girl half his age, and he's saying, where's your wife?" Flirting with a girl half her age. Rocket Raccoon is scanning. It's saying like, "There's the child. Why can't the child? Why does the child need help?" There's that person, and there's this guy. Yeah,
and I just completely. I was too enthralled with knowing that was Rocket Raccoon, and I couldn't wait to see him. The raccoon, the way they did him was exquisite.
Well, if we're talking about special effects, I would say that yes, it's all completely seamless in the fact that you don't see...
There is nothing that I'd say you could say, that's a prop. Well, it's all props, but when you get into it, you don't fucking notice it at all.
Well, yes, as a
with some films that you sort of go, yeah, that's a pretty awful prop.
You're pretty sure what's real and what isn't.
Yeah.
But the one person who we know is real,
which
is the guy,
standing next to Groot,
It's
Rocket
standing next to
Raccoon,
Groot.
and you sort of think, wait a minute, which one's real again?
They all,
which one's fake again?
They all
I
look
can't-
equally real,
They all look equally real.
Which is one of the things that Marvel does well, in the fact that in some cases, it's not so much the fact that their effects are super quality, but they are. It's the fact that they are superly seamlessly done, so that you can't tell where the physical prop ends.
Yeah.
As opposed to some other films which don't do that because they can't.
No. I don't know how much the budget was. I think the budget was well spent. There's nothing that I'd say was frivolous.
Yeah.
No,
there's nothing.
The story is really good for an origin story. It's one of the best.
Yeah, because it's an origin story.
Beats Iron Man, in my view, for an origin story in the Marvel universe.
I don't know about that because Iron Man is the origin story about one man only.
Yeah,
and it pretty much says what his origin is.
Yeah.
Whereas this, there's a lot they don't let on.
They don't let on, but it is brilliant. And drunk Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah. It says, whoa, no guns.
No guns. It's like, you're going to get very, very stinking rich. Might kill you all anyway. For God's sake.
Yeah.
It's glorious. I really think it's...
Yeah, actually, well, it does everything that it sets out to do.
Yeah, it does. I think that's...
Yeah, so pretty much, well, Vin Diesel's in an acting role and he does well.
Yeah, I've got to give Vin Diesel props for this.
Yeah.
I think he loves the character because...
I think so.
I think I heard some tweets. I saw some tweets from early before he was even shooting. I've got a good character in the Marvel Universe. And it was like, you really love
that character, yeah.
That character. Apparently he is into Dungeons and Dragons, so I have a feeling he owns a lot of the comics.
Probably, so he knows what the Groot thing is.
He knows what Groot thing is, and you can tell because he does the actual bodywork for him, but for the animators to actually put Groot onto. But it's the voice work, the facial work, it's all brilliant. It is all brilliant. And actually, I have a funny feeling Bradley Cooper actually did some of the facial work.
I think he did lots of that. You can actually see in the fact
because you can sort of tell, and his voice is brilliant.
Yeah.
And that is Rocket Raccoon down to a T. Even though I've only seen the character one other time, I think that is Rocket Raccoon. There is no way it's anything else.
And all the other characters are very good.
Yeah, all the other characters are very good. Whoever the hell plays who plays Star-Lord, they have hit the mark with him.
Well,
Frankly, why do I ever think that a Marvel film is going to be bad since they have never hit a thing wrong since Iron Man? Have they?
No, that's true.
Now, I'm talking Marvel Studios. We're not talking the X-Men franchise.
No,
that's a separate studio. Marvel is allowed in, but they're not allowed to touch it. It's odd, because I don't know.
If you're talking the Avengers, you have Wolverine in the Avengers.
Yeah. If they had Wolverine in the Avengers...
And he can't be there.
He can't be there, which is a shame. I really think it's a shame. If Fox have the balls, they will do a team-up thing. And they will...
don't.
They don't have the balls to do much.
Well, it's more the fact that Fox know that they can't... That their production standards with their cameras and things like that... And you could so easily tell which part Marvel did and which part Fox did.
Yes.
I think that's one of the reasons why.
Yeah. If Fox said, we want to sell off the Marvel, we want to sell them back to you,
Which
how
they might
much.
do.
I hope they do. I really do.
Because they know they get a good price.
They will get a good price because basically, I have a funny feeling. I know this is a funny feeling, but I think Guardians of the Galaxy paid for Marvel to have X-Men back.
I don't think so because we would have heard if that was the case. I'd say no. I think they just did it because they wanted to have a different team.
True.
And speaking of teams,
Yeah.
this is one where they've got the team thing sorted as
Yes.
opposed to Fantastic Four,
Oh god.
where they didn't.
No.
I'm not saying it's a really bad superhero film, the first one, it's just generally average.
And let's not talk about the second Fantastic Four film.
The second one I just don't get, I've got to say about.
The Fantastic Four, they seem to have never had much luck with... They have never had luck with anything like cartoons.
Not generally, no.
Anything live action, they have not had any luck.
No.
And I think it's a shame because I've seen them in other things. I've actually seen them in the Marvel Lego Universe. Really good. I have got to say,
But
go on.
they actually, but think about it, but what I was saying, they actually did, this is another team that they've actually done well. So maybe the Fantastic Four was just a difficult team to do.
Yeah. I think Marvel still owns Fantastic Four film franchise things, so I have a funny feeling. I've heard that they're coming back with Fantastic Four.
Well, they can give it another go.
Jessica Alba's not going to be in it, thank bloody God. I'm sorry she can't act for the
Well, they can give it another go. I don't see any problem with that.
Yeah. In my view, go and see the movie, get Marvel, here's my message to you, get Deadpool back, for God's sakes. Don't know how much it costs, the Marvel paying public will love you for it, make sure it's an 18 movie.
However, Fox may want to keep Deadpool because they might want to have Deadpool make an appearance in their new X-Men films to do.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's last thoughts.
Okay, last thoughts. Yeah, it does precisely. There is one point where I am actually unsure of what happens still.
Go on.
At the very start of the film,
Oh yeah.
you got Star-Lord lands on an abandoned planet. There's like a ruined building in front, and he activates his scanner thing, which brings up like a virtual thing of building, and then inexplicably a load of like the virtual holographic people.
Hmm.
And I still don't know what that is. Is that like the remnants of
I don't know,
of the people who live in the building? Because he then follows a path that the holographic thing shows, which presumably is the path of the original building.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, where are the people on that thing? What's going on with that?
Yeah. Okay, go and see the film.
Yeah.
Okay.